Hello everybody, welcome back to our next video. In this part we will painting up these 11th edition Warhammer terrain pieces we built in our last video. I will link it right here. This project is a little bit cursed. My airbrush will not start working. I got airflow but no liquid. So I had to paint these up by hand, and for the sake of the video I spare you the process and we will just start with step 2, the archways, some of the bigger metal areas. So we will see a lot of weapons bronze from our plain metal. Then we got some skulls, a light maybe in red or in yellow. And of course the base in skeleton bone. After that we will heavily wash it with black and brown, the ground with sepia, and after that we will dry brush everything with tooth drake tooth, sorry, to give it real desert, dusty, worn out look. It's a burnt planet, so we want it really dry. So I will try to paint the crackle paste different than the normal paste, and yeah, would be easier with an airbrush, can tell you that, but yeah, we will see. Maybe I just buy a new one for the rest of the terrain pieces. So I will give you some music while we start painting with weapons bronze. Okay, so here you have it, your bronze. Don't worry, I will clear that later when we're finished. I will go with uniform gray over the spilled old areas. So next up is our plate metal for these parts, for the insides, for all the tiny pipe wings here, the pillars, maybe this part, the two boxes. Yes, let's start. So next step, there you have it. We got our, it's a little bit brighter than I thought it would be, but we can wash that down. Got the inside on both sides and our ventilation. Next up, maybe I paint up the light in red or maybe yellow and the circuit board here in red. And then we will paint these skulls in white and maybe start with one of these, or with these imperial signs, and then I think the details are already done. It's not much detail in a destroyed deserty ruin. So we will take red. So we got our demonic yellow and pure red. So red I already used, so I don't have to shake it very well. It's already shaken. Then just grab a smaller brush. So I skipped all the other parts because we want to look at the base more in detail, and so I have to save some time while painting, and we don't want a day-long video how I meticulously painting some smaller stuff. So red circuit board and yellow. Maybe you saw these, what do you call this? These bars over like here and there and here. I thought about painting them, especially this one, maybe also in Bronze. Yeah, I think that I will do the top one, but that should be remain in concrete. Why I chose yellow? Because I want some color in my desert terrain, not all so dark and deserty, and so maybe a little bright light would soften this up. So of course we need some white for the skulls. So matte white it is. So careful not to spill in the red. So our skulls stay white and not pink. So just like this, trying to keep the dark eyes, the recesses, more like nearly dry brushing it. At least it's terrain, I don't use it that often, so it don't has to be like golden demon ready. So last detail is the imperial wing and the skull on both sides. I will do them in white because I'm hoping that when I shade all of this and dry brush it, it looks very worn and nearly bleached out. And then we need the inside of the Bronze. Then we all know my airbrush died, so I'm not willing to paint all the base by hand. I thought about I will mask all the walls with some paper and masking tape, and then just spray the ground with a spray can. And hopefully that will save me some time with the larger areas, and like in the corners I can paint it with my brush till my new airbrush is arriving in a few days. So yeah, I will show you when I'm taped up everything, and then after spraying with the spray can. Hopefully that works. So here we have it, very professional. we just take a big bunch of paper and just put it around, and the back sides we will do by hand. So now I will take just this nearly empty can of skeleton bone, prime it very quick, and bam, I'm back in a minute. See you guys. Okay, everything dried. I stippled on some dust effects. I try to get some dust on the edges around, so we have the immersion for some blowing winds and things. And now I will wash this whole thing. Normally, when I will do all the other parts, I will just mix my wash myself. So I got some black that's high concentrated. You have to mix it up with I think 1 part of this Zeichentusche, so the wash, the pigments, 2 parts of a special liquid for these things, and 2 parts of water. I also got some umber. I like that for desert very much. And for a final touch, just a little bit of green. So how do we do that today? With just one piece, we just take our dark tone for black, the strong tone for some brown, and for obvious reason, where's the green one? Green? Where's my, yeah. And the green tone shader. Then I thought about, for all the metallic parts, I also can use crusted sour as a color, or maybe the effect color fresh rust. We will see that later. So I will shake them, and then I will show you the color, and of course we will thin them down with distillated water. So enjoy, and we see us in a minute. So all the black is gone. I will just soak up the rest and the overdue, and then just keep on going with our brown strong tone, just to use the existing wetness. So I think it looks way better. Now we have to let it dry. So the walls, we are doing the base, of course. We need a fresh bucket, and we will use, where's our sepia? Why is everything mixed up today. Where's the sepia? Normally I'm very organized, but today everything is everywhere. I try to reorganize my workplace, and now I'm paying not to organize it properly before start recording. One quick thing, if some of the wash, like here, ran down, for me that's personally totally fine. It just will add to the natural color of the ground. So here it is, our wet and soaked terrain piece. Now we will wait, and after I think maybe an hour or two, we can start dry brushing. First with another layer of skeleton bone here for bringing up some of the highlights from the paste, and then the crackle paste we will paint up with tooth drake because it's even drier. And of course we will use tooth drake for some highlights on the walls or on the stone. So everything is well dried. We got some shadows in the recesses. I think the stone is very nice. We got little crack effects, our dust and dirt. And what's up next is we will dry brush the edges, of course, the ground, and I think we will dry brush the crackle paste areas with a little bit more, so they are lighter than the normal ground. After that, I will apply some tufts. I use mountain tufts from Army Painter because I like these colors, like they are dried out, so very good for wasteland. And then I got some of these laser cut plants, agaves, and the other ones I don't know what to call them. So I got these green ones and the red ones, and yeah, so we will make some vegetation, not too much, just a little bit to ease things up. Okay, so let's just start. Nearly empty, so I need a new one. Yes. So the test on the hand looks good. So let's do this. Like, you can see this here. We got some raised areas. That's what we are looking for. Not too much, just a little bit to brighten things up. Over here on the edges, of course, we want our base to blend into the existing gaming mat and the bases. And then a little bit heavier on some parts. here again, just get a little bit on the metals. And then I think we are done. I like it very much. If I imagine a whole table in this, we can just very fast take a mini. So I try to work out the lighting. Just give me another angle like this. So you got your miniature here. I think looks pretty fine. Just zoom in a little bit. You can go here or shoot out. Yes, looks very nice. So last I will work with some plants. First off, maybe you know these stuff. It's from Gamer's Grass. It's laser cut. You just pop them out. So Gamer's Grass, they have videos how each plant should be built. So you got your plant. You just pop it out. I take this cactus thing, and then just you bend your leaves first like this, and then you can bend them because they are laser cut plastic. And if you want them, I like them more like edgy. But you can also use, of course, just a brush or pencil or something like that, and rip around the leaf so you get a nice little curve. That's all up to you. The guys from Gamer's Grass have nice little videos about how to build each of these plants. Forgot to clean my my brush again. So then you just take a little bit of super glue, decide where you want your plant. I think I start over here and just try it because I don't like the ground here. It's a little bit darker than I thought, so we just put a little plant here. Okay, so like this. And then you might say, oh, what's that? That didn't look very realistic. Why is the lighting so bad today? Okay, maybe like this. So you got your plant, and because that don't looks very nice, we just take another one, maybe a smaller one, like this, and just glue it inside of the first one. So again, just take it, bend it. It's really not hard, and I like them. They look very nice. You if you're working with pigments or something like that, you can furthermore wash them or wear them down. But I think they're not that shiny that it is a must that you dust them down. So then very careful, try a good position for your second leaf. Just pull it inside, and like nothing, you get a nice little plant. Then we can go over here, just take some of these smaller cactus. So one did fall off, we will use them. So with these things, they are more like straight, so don't bend them too much. And then we get a nice little, it's just for optic. It's I think if you play on a big table, maybe you will not see these special small pieces, but as a whole picture, I think it's more immersive, and you feel more suck into your game than just normal MDF pieces. So one more, like a little vegetation in the shadows of our destroyed monastery. Why did I close that? Just like this. So the possibility that we exactly would put an army, a mini here, is very low. So that's the reason why I glue some of these here. Maybe a bigger one over there, just for they circle around. And then we will move to our tufts. Okay, so put this aside and get the mountain tufts. So I don't know why we got these ones. They are very thin and like you can see the paper. And then we got these real thick ones, very bushy, and so we will try to mix them. So we got a nice coverage. So, and now we have our first terrain piece for 40k. I will just spin it a little bit. You can see this. Got our plants, and if you can see this, it's glued down. You can stip it and it will not fall off like the other ones too. So yes, maybe tell me in the comments, do you like that terrain? What terrain will you build? Do you have any suggestions what I can do better? And yeah, I found this guy. He's dead or nearly dead. He got scars, and I will glue him right in the corner with the face here, with his small gun on his, maybe on his legs. Like he gave up, he's wounded, and now he's just waiting for the world eaters to come and just slay him. Yeah, so that was my video on how to build a terrain piece. I will do that with all the other terrain pieces too. That would take me a while. Meanwhile, I wish you all the best and see you in the next video. Goodbye.